Ladies and gentlemen, why is Bitcoin behaving so strangely this cycle? Why are we seeing these fast, rapid pumps, like what we saw back here, for example, a huge pump in the matter of weeks from 26,000, doubling the price to around 50,000 in a matter of just weeks, followed by another big pump, right, from 38,000, again, nearly doubling the price to around 74,000, followed by a massive consolidation, and then again, another pump, right, from around 49,000, 48,000, doubling the price, more than doubling the price to around 110,000 in just a couple of months. We're seeing these drawn-out consolidations followed by these rapid moves. And I've got a theory about that. I've got a theory in regards to social media and how narratives are working in the new cryptocurrency market. It's a different market to what it was back in 2017, that's for sure. Also, part of that theory that I'm working with here, which, by the way, let's just get it off the table. It's impossible to validate. It's not a theory that we can really prove, but it's just something we can do to contextualize and understand the situation potentially. Within that theory, what we're seeing right now, this massive pattern, this descending wedge formation, could be very similar to what we were seeing back here in this 8-month consolidation we saw last year. And we'll discuss, of course, the bounce zone that we're approaching between 70,000 and 74,000. Some new charts bolstering that bounce zone that we haven't looked at before. The total cryptocurrency market cap, Ethereum, the Ethereum BTC chart, and also the Bitcoin weekly chart, specifically taking a look at the RSI. So quite a few things to get into today. A lot of recapping, but also some new stuff. Let's get into it. Before we get into it today, guys, we have an exchange here that has never been hacked before in 3.5 years of being on the market. That is global non-KYC. You can sign up from anywhere in the world and use this exchange without a VPN. And furthermore, with my referral link down below, you can get a 15% trading fee discount attached to your account for life, as well as $8,000 plus USDT in trading rewards added to your account as trading bonuses for signing up with my referral link down below. This is big stuff here. It's an excellent deal. I reached out to them for partnership. They did not reach out to me. I don't get paid by them. The only thing I get is a referral link. And if you want all those things I just mentioned, which you should, trust me, I've done the scouting of the market, you can use my link down below to sign up. It takes 30 seconds and you'll get those rewards and bonuses and you'll help out the channel. I appreciate that, guys. Let's get into the content. Ladies and gentlemen, there is a very strong argument to be made that Bitcoin is doing something like what it did last year. It's seeing a massive pattern formation. So last year we had this descending channel formation lasting about 8 months, one of the biggest channel formations Bitcoin has ever seen. In fact, probably the biggest one Bitcoin's ever seen in terms of length. And it led to massive degrees of uncertainty in the market. People had no idea what was going on. My justification for consolidating for that long of a period of time was basically we'd seen the ETF hype, we'd seen the ETF decision, we'd seen Bitcoin go upwards a bit too high, a bit too soon at that point in the cycle, and we needed the market to calm down. That could be a similar situation right now. Perhaps this move out of this channel formation from 53,000 all the way up to 108,000, doubling the Bitcoin price in a matter of literally just, a few weeks. Perhaps that was another big move that came too soon. Perhaps the fact that we have social media now and these news narratives, the ETF narrative, the Trump pump, all of these big things that massively are shifting market sentiment. Now the crypto strategic reserve, it's overwhelming the market, and perhaps things are just happening too quickly over and over and again, leading to things getting too hot, and then they need to cool down for much longer to get back on track with where they need to be in the cycle. That is an argument you can make, right? It's hard to validate it. We can't validate it. It's impossible to validate it, but it's an argument you can make. And what we have right now could be, if that is the theory we're working with, could be a similar kind of consolidation to what we saw back here last year. A very long consolidation in a pattern formation. This time that pattern is taking on something resembling a descending wedge rather than a descending channel. And obviously, whatever happens within this wedge doesn't really matter. What happens outside of the wedge, whether we break it to the upside or to the downside, is really the only thing that matters at all. And so that's why I'm not really too concerned about looking at short-term price action right now. I mean, I'll look at the short term, I'll just do it right now for you if you want. I can look at the hourly chart and show you that in the past 24 hours, Bitcoin has done absolutely nothing. Now, we could say there's a potential ascending wedge here with descending volume in that upwards trend, and that would justify a swing to the downside, which would retest the bottom of the broader descending wedge, but even that would have no significant impact on the entire structure of the market at all. It's just a flip to a retest support of an existing structure. So short term, in my view, is completely irrelevant right now. It's also very hard to even get an accurate point of view of what's happening in the short term because we've spent such a little amount of time, historically speaking, in the price region between 86,000 and 74,000 that our data is just very limited. We're working with limited data and our predictive capabilities are very low for that reason. But we've got an opportunity here. There's an opportunity on Bitcoin to find a bounce. We've discussed it before. We'll discuss it again today, amongst other things. At around 74,000 to 70,000, there's a big bounce zone there. And it's just been cross-validated via the weekly chart, which I'm finding quite interesting right now, as well as the total cryptocurrency market cap, as well as Ethereum, as well as the Ethereum BTC chart. So lots of charts right now saying that 74K region to 70K region is a very major potential bounce zone that could bolster the strength of the cryptocurrency market and lead to a pump. Let's take a look. Just filling out this chart a little bit here, we've added in this green region between 70,000 and 74,000, which is the top of the prior macro range, the one I've circled right there, and hence a level of major liquidity that we can find strong support from and potentially bounce from. Now that's important because Bitcoin, if you're looking at it from the descending wedge formation, is in a descending wedge, so a downwards trend, and it will be approaching that price region through which it can bounce from and exit the descending wedge to the upside, utilizing leverage from that descending wedge, shifting momentum on the RSI on that breakout to make a move to all-time highs potentially. So that bounce zone is very important because we're in a descending wedge, but even if you remove the descending wedge from the occasion, even if you disagree with the fact that we're in a descending wedge altogether, which is a valid concern you may have, we still have Bitcoin breaking down from our prior macro support between these two white lines, which stem backward, by the way, from the prior cycles, 2017 and 2021, to form this prior macro range we had, which we were forming and consolidating within from November all the way through to February and even early March. We've broken down from that region after intense consolidation and compression, and now we're free falling towards 70,000 to 74,000. So whichever way you look at it, even if you look at it as an uncontrolled free fall breakdown, or you look at the situation as a descending wedge formation that's controlled and structurally intact, either way, we're probably going to be heading towards that $70,000 to $74,000 region. Or at least that's what the chart suggests. It's very difficult to say otherwise because we don't have any data in this region really. Although, of course, it is possible that we bounce in anticipation for reaching that region. It's very complicated without historical data to have any real accurate point of view here. But basically what I'm saying is this. The charts right now suggest that we're heading downwards, whether it be a structural descending wedge that's saying that, or whether it be a macro breakdown that's saying that. And what lays below us here is a very big support zone at 70,000 to 74,000, which isn't just a support zone horizontally. It's also a very critical level as shown via the weekly chart Gaussian channel. Okay, so let's bring that up here. Weekly chart Gaussian channel, one of the most important indicators you will ever find on the Bitcoin charts. Very influential. When we enter it, we move through it. This has happened time and time again. And so if we were to enter it with 100% degree of accuracy, by the way, if we were to enter it and break the center line, I may add, we would move through it. And that center line, where is it? Well, it's sitting around 64,000, heading upwards to that $74,000 region. So again, that weekly chart Gaussian channel, very influential indicator, bolstering that macro bounce zone, along with many, many other things that we've discussed before. Just to add a few more today, some new stuff here to add. We've also got the total cryptocurrency market cap, a horizontal support line in green, which acted as a mid-range resistance level on two occasions that I've just circled that we're finding support on right now, which could bolster the Bitcoin bounce zone. All these charts are connected. Ethereum, similar situation. Broken down below two macro support levels, both highlighted in red rectangles now. Very bad price action on Ethereum, very bad for the last couple of months, few months actually, since December. But now we have a local support zone, just like on the total cryptocurrency market cap chart, stemming backwards from prior levels, macro resistance or mid-range resistance on two occasions, here and here, as well as support here, resistance here. You can go back further and find it as support and resistance on multiple other occasions. We're retesting that level right now at 1,700. It could again bolster the broader market support in this region. Ethereum BTC, another situation here. We know that when Bitcoin is bullish in a bull market, it leads to Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin and hence a Bitcoin bounce, and the market bouncing in general would lead to Ethereum BTC going upwards, at least hypothetically. Therefore, Ethereum BTC being on support is very good for the market, generally speaking. We do have a support zone here on Ethereum BTC stemming backwards from 2020 and going through to all the way here in 2017 during the 2017 bull market, resistance here in 2019. That's a level we're testing right now after an aggressive downwards trend with lots of breakdowns there. Now, I will say, as I've said many times in my videos in the past, I do think that Ethereum is very much damaged. I do think that the narrative that Ethereum will flip Bitcoin, all of this stuff, has pretty much died with the price action we've seen this cycle so far. Ethereum BTC has been in a perpetual downwards trend since August 2022, and it's actually been exponentially worsening over the period of time that it should have been getting better. So I don't think Ethereum and the altcoin market in general are good right now at all. In fact, I think the altcoin market and Ethereum have been probably irreparably damaged to some extent. Now, if we do see a continuation to the bull market, I do expect them to see positive price action, but I certainly don't expect them to be doing as well as they did in the last two cycles at this point. I think too much damage has been done. Regardless, it's good to see Ethereum BTC on support as Bitcoin approaches its support and as Ethereum and as the total cryptocurrency market cap does the same. So there is hope here. There's really not much to say other than that. I'm not going to make any more videos on Bitcoin until there's new things to say, because right now it's very, very boring, really. It's quite stale. But basically, there is hope here. We are approaching a bounce zone, and the broader markets in general, certainly the cryptocurrency market, they have support. They have liquidity below. But I will say that this zone we're approaching is basically the last line of defense for Bitcoin. If we lose this level, I don't really see how Bitcoin can recover from that. So what are we looking for? We're looking for a bounce either on this level or above that level, out of this descending wedge formation. We're looking for a flip of this momentum resistance line that's been holding since the 23rd of November on the RSI. We're also very notably and very uncommonly known, in my view, looking for a break of the Gaussian channel center line on the daily chart, right? Because it's the Gaussian channel center line on the daily chart here, this thick line here, that led to 3 weeks of resistance retest, failed breakouts before the eventual macro breakdown to the bottom of the descending wedge, and hence validating the descending wedge as the current structure. That is a level we need to be flipping. Clearly, that is a level we need to be flipping while we break the wedge and also break into our prior macro resistance zone. That daily chart Gaussian channel line, which is currently sitting at 96,000, is a clear target that Bitcoin needs to be flipping. So Bitcoin's certainly got its work cut out for it. And basically all we can do at this point is pray that the $70,000 to $74,000 region holds. Because if it doesn't, we're going to be in deep, deep trouble. But until something changes here, until this wedge breaks, until something happens, there's really not much else to update. Not that I can see, at least. So give me some ideas about what you want to see content on down below. If you've got a question you want to ask me, maybe I can make a video on it, something like that, because I am looking for content at this point. I do have some discussion to have potentially about the altcoin market and Ethereum in general. I do see weakness there, and I mentioned it briefly in this video, so perhaps that's a topic for a future video, but I don't really feel the need to just pump out videos brainlessly here at this point, running out of things to say. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed. As I mentioned at the start, please check out the Bitunix exchange if you're interested in doing so. It's global non-KYC. You can sign up from anywhere in the world without a VPN, without even linking your identity to the exchange. You don't even need to do that if you don't want to. Very good stuff here. Global exchange, never been hacked before. It's been on the market for 3.5 years. And with my link down below, you can get a 15% trading fee discount, as well as up to $8,000 in rewards. Look at the screen there, $8,000 in rewards by signing up with my referral link down below. So check it out, help out the channel, and help out yourself by using that link. And then the last thing I'll mention is the VIP group on Telegram. If you want altcoin trading signals posted to you on Telegram 4 times a week, you can get them. All the information's there. Check it out. Thanks, guys. Have a good one.